All aboard for the transcribed premiere production, The Cruise of the Paul Parrot, that thrilling story of whaling days and adventures among savages on a strange island. Johnny Robbins and Sue Grange, our young friends from the good ship Paul Parrot, along with Captain Dalton and old Peg-Leg Dickon, and of course the ever-present Paul Parrot himself, have set out under cover of night for the camp of the Indians on this strange island off the coast of South America on which their ship has been wrecked. Ezra Grange and the rest of the crew will be along shortly after them, as soon as the men recover from the raid they've just gone through at the hands of the savages. But our four friends have set out in advance, because Misto, the magician who leads the Indians, has not only raided their camp on the beach, but kidnapped Annabelle Wilson, the young girl who was the fiancée of Captain Karsh, the privateer who was also wrecked with the Paul Parrot. Besides that, Briney, the hook-handed first mate of the privateer, has joined forces with Misto and carried off the Paul Parrot's diamonds during the raid. Our friends reach the Indian village, and just as they are watching Misto preparing one of his magic feats to impress the Indians, the magician is informed by one of his guards that both Karsh and Captain Dalton, whom Misto thought securely tied in one of his huts, are gone. The Indians are aroused, and when Paul Parrot gives away our friend's hiding place in the bushes by squawking, the Indians bear down on them, and Dickon is hit in the shoulder with an arrow. Johnny and Sue drag the weakened Dickon to safety, while Captain Dalton prepares to stand off the savages with his pistols as long as he can.
Blow me down. My guns are empty. I've got to reload these guns.
Captain Dalton, Dickon fainted, but I found his gun. Use his gun while I reload yours. Give me your bullet.
I told you to stay behind those rocks, Johnny. They're almost on us.
But, Captain, we've got to hold out as long as we can.
Aye, you're right, lad. Here's the pistols and the bullets. I've got Dickon's gun now. We'll put a few more of them down before
I don't think you will, you blinking whaler. One more shot and I finish you all off.
Oh, it's Briney. He's crept up from behind us.
Aye, my little canary. And I've got me gun on you.
I guess he's got us, Captain. Even if we do shoot at him, he can shoot Sue and Dickon before we can interfere.
Aye, lad. It looks like we've got to give up the ship.
We give in, Briney. But you just wait until our men...
Go there, Johnny. He don't need to know that. Call off those yelling savages, Briney.
You've got lots of nerve fighting off a whole tribe. I'll say that for you.
Ahoy, Misto! I've got him!
Good work, Briney. Ugga, pull the door.
And just who was responsible for our little interruption? Well, this is a windfall. Our recent guest, Captain Dalton, and 3 more. You pick your crew rather young, I see. Who are this boy and girl?
I knows him. It's the bloomin' cabin boy and that stuck-up sister of the ship's owner. The one we reefed up back on the beach.
Don't you talk about Sue like that.
Johnny, don't make him angry. It really doesn't matter.
Look here, you heathen white man, whatever your bloomin' game is. This man here has been shot through the shoulder by an arrow. He seems to be badly hurt. And I warn you, if that was a poison arrow, your life won't be worth a clamshell.
Well, listen to the threats from our bold Captain Dalton. If it will set your mind at ease, the arrow was not poisoned. If this scrawny, peg-legged old man has fainted, it's just because of loss of blood and his advanced age. But enough of this parlance. You're going to be my guest at the celebration I'm holding for my Indians. And without a doubt, I now truly have something to celebrate.
Johnny, you're not frightened, are you?
Frightened? No, he can't do anything to us, Sue. He just wants to show us to the Indians to impress them just how smart he is.
I'm glad he didn't separate us, Johnny and Sue. And it looks as if Dickon's going to be all right.
Avast, of course I'm going to be all right. You can't kill a hard-shell old barnacle like me, you can't. But did you get that remark that swab Misto passed about me?
You mean when I told him you were hurt?
Aye, Captain. If this scrawny, peg-legged old man has fainted, it's because of his advanced age. Scrawny, am I? I'll show the blinking landlubber.
Easy there, Dickon, easy. Let's lay low and see what Misto has up his sleeve.
Oh, Dickon, what happened to Paul Parrot? I haven't seen him since we were captured.
Aye, lass, and after how he gave us away by his full squawking, I ain't so sure I ever wants to see him again, I ain't.
But Dickon, he didn't do it on purpose. After all, he's just a bird. He can't think like we do.
Blow me down. Look. Misto's leading Miss Annabelle Wilson out before the fire.
She looks a little frightened, but at least she hasn't been harmed.
He's putting her in one of those big cages behind the council fire. And that awful black leopard is in the other. Listen, he's starting to speak.
Holla, no, bolero. Holla, go under.
Now, Briny, old man, here is my famous trick.
It still gives me the creeps. Blimey, it does.
Misto is throwing a black robe over each cage. He's walking to each one, and he's touching it lightly. Now he's waving his hands around.
I think I know what's happening.
Blow me down. It looks like a lot of heathen mumbo-jumbo to me.
He's pulling the robes off the cages. Look!
Avast! Miss Wilson and the leopard have changed cages.
Batten down me hatch. It's black magic, it is.
You see what an effect it has on them? They're mine, my slaves, ensnared by my magic. Now, in a few moments, we'll devise some ingenious tricks for our captives to participate in.
Why don't you put Dalton in that cage and forget to change him when you change the leopard? Like you did that time back in Singapore.
You are a bloodthirsty scoundrel, Briny, me lad. That will all come in due time.
I have it. I know how he does it. I can do it, too.
Johnny, where are you going?
Come back here, Johnny.
As long as he didn't tie us up, but just put us here by the side of the fire, I'm going to show him up before those Indians.
It's a dangerous trick, lad. But we'll back you up as well as we can if anything happens.
Ah, now, Briny. Well, what do you think you're doing walking boldly up to me, boy?
I want to show you something. Give me those black robes.
Blimey, what's the little monkey up to?
Who knows? Let's see what idea he has in his crazy head. It may be amusing.
He's taking the robes and throwing them over the cages, just like you did. And he's waving his hands around.
Look, the brazen little fool. He's pushing the levers on the sides of the cages. He's found out how I work the trick.
He's pulling the robes off. So help me. The girl in the leopard has changed again.
He's ruining me. If the Indians see that a child can do these feats of magic, they'll lose their respect for me. I must act quick.
Order, go.
What's he doing? Pulling colored pieces of cloth out of the air. What can I do? The Indians are quieting down again. I know. I have a box of matches in my pocket. If Misto has been on this island for such a long time, he mustn't have any matches left. He won't be able to repeat this trick. I'll have to take my chance. Look!
Briny, look. The boy is lighting matches in his pocket and throwing them in the air. Have you got any matches?
So help me. I ain't. Now what do we do?
He's done it. He's done it, the little beggar. He's broken my charm over the Indians. They're turning on us.
Avast, mighty. The blinking savages are heading for the others, too. They're after anybody they can see who's white.
Ah, that gives us a stroke of luck. We'll slip off and let the others pay for this.
Johnny, you've roused the Indians against Misto and Briny, all right, but it looks like they're coming for us, too.
Blow me down. Now we are in for it.
This way!
Captain Dalton, there's Paul Parrot's voice coming from under the tree.
That must mean... Look, Sue, it's Mr. Grange and the whole crew of the Paul Parrot.
That bloomin' bird led them here to the camp. I takes back what I've been thinking about him.
Throw down your arms and release your prisoners or we shoot.
Curse the luck. It's the whole crew of the whaler in full strength. Even my Indians can't stand against all of them.
You forget, they ain't your Indians no longer. I has it. Let the Paul Parrot crew attack the savages, while we ducks through the jungle over to the camp of Captain Karsh's men on the other side of the island. With all them brawny seamen, we more than match Dalton's men.
Briny, you're a gem. Wait till I free my leopard from the cage. No time. The fighting's begun.
Sue, I don't think we should have left the fight.
Well, Johnny, with Captain Dalton and my brother Ezra in command of all our men, You know they can win from those Indians and get Annabelle safely back again. But you know as well as I do that Misto and that awful Briney got away.
I think you're right, Sue. It's up to us to find out where they went.
Well, after all, they don't need us in that fight. We can't help them.
Oh, I don't know.
Oh, I know you could help fight Johnny. But wouldn't it be better if we found Briney? After all, he still has the diamonds.
You're right, Sue. You're always thinking of the right things. Look, the moon's up.
Yes, it's not hard to see in the forest at all.
Sue, I know where we ought to look.
Where?
At the other side of the island at the camp of the privateers' men. That's where Briney would head.
That's right, Johnny. Can you find the way?
Sure I can. That's easy. Sue, look ahead there.
Where? I don't see anything.
Right between those trees in the moonlight.
Oh, it looks like a big shadow.
But it's moving.
It's moving real slow right towards us. Oh, Johnny, what is it?
I don't know. I hope... Sue, look.
It has flaming eyes. Oh, Johnny, it can't be Mr. Black Leopard.
No, the Black Leopard was inside the magician's cage.
But whatever it is, it's creeping right at us. Oh!
Now what's going to happen to our young friends? Just when it looked as if luck were turning their way, with the whole crew of the Paul Parrot fighting the Indians, and Misto and Briney turned out of their own camp, Johnny and Sue all alone in the jungle at night, face to face with what? And no one near to help them. Johnny has no gun. What is going to become of them? Well, we'll just have to listen to the next transcribed episode in the Cruise of the Paul Parrot to find out. Until then, this is your Paul Parrot announcer, Dave Ward, saying goodbye. All aboard for the transcribed premiere production, The Cruise of the Paul Parrot, that thrilling story of whaling days and adventure among savages on a strange island. After capturing our young friends from the good ship Paul Parrot, Johnny Robbins and Sue Grange, along with Captain Dalton and old Peg-Leg Dickon, Misto, the magician who heads the band of savages on the island, just off the Atlantic coast of Brazil, impressed the savages with his power by performing the trick of changing animal and human in their respective cages, in which he used his Black Leopard and Annabelle Wilson, who was cast away on the island with our friends from the Paul Parrot. In the nick of time, old Paul Parrot himself has led the crew of the Paul Parrot to the rescue, and open warfare ensues. While the battle is at its height, Misto and Briney, the hook-handed first mate of the privateers, make for the privateers' camp on the other side of the island. Knowing that Briney has the diamonds, which he pillaged from the good ship Paul Parrot, Johnny and Sue also head out for the privateers' camp in an effort to recover the diamonds. It is night now, and Johnny and Sue are in the jungle. They stand horror-stricken, gazing at two flaming eyes coming toward them.
Oh, Johnny, it can't be Misto's Black Leopard.
No, the Black Leopard was inside the magician's cage when we left.
Listen. Johnny, that doesn't sound like the Black Leopard to me.
I can see it now. It's not black at all.
You're right, Johnny. But what'll we do? What is it?
I know what that is. In these parts, like in South America, it's called a Jaguar.
Now I can see it plain. And look, Johnny, it's limping.
It sure is. It's carrying its left front paw in the air.
Johnny, it doesn't seem to be wild. Look how it stands before us. It seems as though it's trying to tell us something.
You're right, Sue. It's a big thorn in his foot. That's what he's trying to tell us.
He can't get it out. If we could only do something to help him.
We can do something to help him. I'm going to get that thorn out of his foot.
Oh, Johnny, it's too dangerous.
I'll take that chance.
Johnny, be careful.
I will. I'll have to take this kind of easy so I won't be afraid. Nice boy. Take it easy. Maybe if I pat his neck, he'll see what I want to help him. There, that's a nice boy. He seems to like that.
Oh, Johnny, do be careful.
It's all right, Sue. Come over here.
Do you think it'll be safe?
Sure, the Jaguar's all right. He knows we're going to help him now. You keep patting his neck, and I'll see what I can do about his foot. There, that's a nice boy. Yes, sir, it's a big thorn stuck in the bottom of his foot. If I can get hold of it, I may be able to pull it out. There, I think I can get it now. Easy now. There, it's out.
Look, he's licking his foot where you pulled out the thorn.
Look at the way he's licking my hand.
He's thanking you, Johnny. Why, he's as tame as a kitten.
Don't fool yourself. He's not as tame as a kitten. But even animals are thankful when someone does something to help them.
Now maybe he'll go away and leave us.
It doesn't look as though he wanted to go away.
Well, Johnny, we can't stand here. Remember, we started to go to the other side of the island to the privateers' camp.
That's right, Sue. We've got to find out where Miss Doe and Briney went. Come on, let's get going.
Goodbye, Jaguar, old fella. We hope your foot feels better.
It's following us.
Yes, sir, it wants to go with us.
Gosh, I guess we can't stop him if he wants to follow us.
You know, Johnny, come to think of it, I haven't heard any shots lately. The noise back at Miss Doe's camp just seemed to quiet down all of a sudden.
At last, Mr. Grange, we've routed those devils for fair. Blow me down, we'll not be bothered with them for a while.
It looks like we got here just in time, Captain Dalton.
Aye, thanks to you and Paul Parrot. We wondered where he'd gone to. But how in the world did Paul lead you to the camp, Mr. Grange?
Well, sir, back at our camp on the beach, I had organized what was left of the crew, and we were about ready to start looking for you when Paul Parrot came fluttering back into camp, squawking, "Blarsted pirates! Blarsted pirates!" And I immediately realized that something had happened. So we all followed Paul Parrot back here, and you know the rest.
He's a smart bird for fair.
Smooth sailing, smooth sailing. I hope you're right, pal. We've had enough rough days for fair. It's about time we saw smooth sailing, and you may lay to that.
Captain Dalton, where's that leopard?
Don't worry about the leopard, Mr. Grange. It's in that cage over there. Oh, blow me down, I almost forgot. Annabelle Wilson's in the other cage. We'd better get her out.
And where are Sue and Johnny?
We don't have to worry about them right now. I'm sure they're safe.
Blow me down, I hope so. I saw 'em heading for the jungle when the fighting began.
Now that the fighting's over, they'll be coming back.
I don't know. I don't feel so good about it. You know that cabin boy as well as I do, Captain Dalton, and he's not one to run out on a fight.
Aye, you're right there, sir. A braver lad never lived. But he most likely took Sue into the jungle so she wouldn't be injured. Now, if I can see how to get this cage opened, we'll get Annabelle Wilson out of here.
Who is that?
It's Captain Dalton, Miss Wilson, and we've come to let you out of here.
Oh, Captain Dalton, I was so afraid something awful happened to you all. I saw the fighting when it began from the cage here, but after those campfires burned out, I didn't know whether you were successful in driving away those savages or not.
We drove them away all right, and we've most likely seen the last of them.
Wait just a minute, Miss Wilson. I'll have this cage open. There! You're free once again. And I'm thinking we'd all better stay together from now on.
Oh, thank you, Captain Dalton. It seems so safe when you're around.
Oh, blow me down, Miss Wilson. You're exaggerating. I'm only one of the crew, I am. And we'd have been lost for fair. But this time it was Paul Parrot himself who saved us.
Aye, the bloomin' bird led Mr. Grange and the rest of the crew right to where we were when we needed him most.
I can't help thinking about Sue and Johnny. Surely they should be back by now that the fighting's over.
Vast, they should be. I'm beginning to worry about them myself.
I'll go look for him, Captain Dalton. I'll find Johnny and Sue.
No, Dickon, as I said before, from now on we're all going to stay together. Blow me down, we're not going to be separated again, none of us.
I think you're right, Captain Dalton. And once we return to the Paul Parrot, we should try to put her in repair as soon as we can and float her off this beach to sail for home.
Aye, sir, that's exactly what we're going to do. Dickon, tell the rest of the crew to follow us.
Aye, sir. Avast me, hearties! Heave to! Make ready to follow the captain!
Aye, sir. Heave to! Heave to!
Now, listen, men. Men, first off, we've got to find Johnny and Sue Grange. They can't be far in the jungle. Once we find them, we'll make tracks for the good ship Paul Parrot and see about putting her in repair. I aim to set sail from this island as soon as we can. So, step lively, mate. All right, Mr. Grange, you and Miss Wilson stay with me. Dickon and the rest of the men will follow right behind us. It shouldn't take us long to find Sue and Johnny, but we can't waste any time.
It seems like we've walked for miles, Sue. We sure ought to be near the privateers' camp by now.
I hope so. I'm getting awfully tired.
And the Jaguar has stayed right behind us all this way.
Yes, we've certainly made a friend out of him.
Wait a minute, Sue. We must be getting close to the ocean again. I hear the sound of the surf.
Yes, we must be getting near the end of the jungle.
We are at the end of the jungle. I can see now. And look, there's a campfire down on the beach away.
I wonder if it's the privateer camp.
It must be unless there's someone else on the island.
Well, there's only one way to find out. We'll get closer and maybe we can make out who that man is by the fire.
If only this Jaguar wasn't with us. He's liable to give us away if we get too close.
That's right. If there was only some way we could keep him from following us.
If I could only make him understand. Jackie, old fella, you stay here like a good boy. Sue and I have some work to do.
He can't understand you.
You never can tell. Stay here now, Jackie. Come on, see. We'll see if he minds us.
He certainly is. He's standing there watching us.
All right, let's hurry now and be awfully quiet.
Now I can see who it is, Johnny. This is the privateer's camp, all right. And that's that man, Misto, standing by the fire.
And he's talking to some of the crew from the privateer ship.
But I don't see that briny with the hook hand anywhere.
Quiet, Sue. Maybe we can hear what he's saying.
Now, look here, men. We don't know what's happened to your Captain Kosh. But I take it you'd like to get off this island.
I blow me down, we would.
All right, then, listen to me. Your first mate, Briny, has taken some of the men and is circling the beach. We're going to take charge of the Paul Parrot to see if they can put her in repair. If we stick together, we can all leave this island, and Captain Dalton and his crew can remain here for all we care.
So that's what they're up to. They think they can take over the Paul Parrot, eh?
Oh, that's awful. And they'd leave us all here on the island.
Not if I can help it, they won't.
Look. Do you see what I see?
Where, Sue?
Coming up the beach. It's Misto's black leopard.
It is. How do you suppose he ever got out of that cage he was in?
I don't know, but he did somehow.
Scuttle my ship. What's this coming up the beach?
Don't do anything to frighten him. He won't bother you. That is my black leopard. I expected him to show up about now. He can find me on any part of this island.
Blow me down. A tame leopard?
Oh, no, not a tame leopard. Merely a trained leopard. And he is only vicious when I so will it. Blackie, where are you going? Well, that's funny. The leopard usually comes to me. There must be someone hiding nearby. But don't worry. If there's anyone spying on us, my black leopard will find him. Come, we'll follow him.
Oh, Johnny, did you hear what Misto said?
Yes, and that means they're coming up this way.
Oh, now what'll we do?
Well, I don't exactly know. If we run, they'll be sure to catch us. Look, Sue, the Jaguar's coming this way, too.
Oh, go back, Jay. Go back.
No, it's all right, Sue. He's going right past us.
And now he's stopping in front of us. Do you know what, Johnny?
Yes, I'm thinking the same thing. We helped him once, and now he's going to help us.
That's right. Look how he stands there, motionless.
And the black leopard is coming straight this way.
Oh, Johnny, he's going to protect us from that black leopard.
What's going on there?
It's another animal fighting with your black leopard.
Oh, Johnny, this is awful. Oh, that poor Jaguar.
Poor Jaguar, nothing. He's got the black leopard down.
Hey,
A friend in need is a friend indeed, and the Jaguar is certainly proving to be a friend to Sue and Johnny. He's repaying them now for removing the thorn from his foot by protecting them from the black leopard. But what's going to happen next? Will Briny and his renegades be able to take charge of the good ship Paul Parrot? Will Captain Dalton and the rest of our friends find Johnny and Sue before Misto and his men can do them harm? The answers to these questions can be found only by listening to the next transcribed episode in The Cruise of the Paul Parrot. Be sure to be listening for it, and until then, this is your Paul Parrot announcer, Dave Ward, saying